Night gives herself over to the spirit of Ramtha.
I am Ramtha the Enlightened One. I am 35,362 1 and 37 seconds years old. I was born in that which is termed a great and marvelous place called Muerta, and my destiny here is to teach you that which you desire to know, and to let you know that every word that I say I will manifest for you in your life.
Incredibly, throughout the interview, Ramtha and Night repeat the central themes of the New Age movement over and over, insisting that there is no death and that man himself is a god, his only task being to realize his self-empowerment.
So I must become the teacher. I must plant in your mind outrageous concepts.
Here, Night denies that Ramtha is a demon, but believes he was a man who has achieved divine status due to knowledge and experience.
He's not a devil. He's not a demon. He's not a guru. He's a god.
I am a teacher and a god. I'm a god because I experienced all of these things. And I am a teacher, not of truth, but of philosophy.
Ramtha insists that his teaching is simple, to get people to realize the great intelligence within themselves, and that they can do no wrong.
It's really simple. First you have to acknowledge that you are the great intelligence and it lives in you. And your body is an extension of that intelligence. And there is no good and bad in God. That's impossible.
As if echoing the voice of the serpent, Night now directs the listener to the path of sacred knowledge.
We deserve to know the truth. And those who ask are going to be given everything, going to be given all the sacred knowledge.
We are not given but one lifetime to prove what we know. This is not a test. It is an opportunity.
Ramtha propagates the New Age lie that man has many opportunities to get it right through reincarnation and evolution.
1,000 years ago, I would say that I'm relatively young to many of you who have been reincarnating and slowly evolving to ask the great questions, the great mysteries, to have them revealed here. My daughter is here simply to say, you're an immortal. You are wearing this body as if you wore a garment of silk or a garment of roughly hewn wool. You are here simply to wear the garment and to live the experience, but you have never died and never will. That is not in the plan of God.
Next, Night and Ramtha deny that God is a person, but insist he is a natural life force that exists in everyone.
He saw what God really is. God is not a being. It is life itself. It's the will of life. And it's in everything.
You want to help people, and you have to live your light. And you have to be proud that you accept, if God lives, He is in me. And you are a righteous man for saying so. Because if He lives in you, then He lives in everyone. Why cannot everyone share such a treasure?
I love His message, behold God. I love it that He says to us that we are divine. The journey of awakening is not through a redeemer, but when we realize we are our own redeemer.
It is a lie. It is a lie what the fanatics tell you.
As with the rest of the movement, rejecting the gospel of Jesus Christ and the teaching of the church is essential to the message.
As long as we think that some channel, some channeled entity, some Christ, some priest, some preacher, some deity, some prophet is our Redeemer that excuses us from living life, we have missed the message.
Why don't we learn to think on our own and find new benefactors for that greatness? Genius, It is that which is not mediocrity, is not predictable, is not funded, is not hired. It is that which can dream beyond the paradigms. You have the ability to be a genius. And did you know that every dream that you dream should never be put aside as imagination? That every dream is the next step of your evolution. And Ramtha gives us permission. He first says, you are God. Now let's get about learning how to be that. Religion is no longer sacred. Everyone questions. It's church. They should. Everyone questions the meaning of life, and everyone questions the direction that science has taken. And when you do that, it is an age of enlightenment. We cannot have enlightenment. Does not come on the heels of the Black Plague. No, that is not enlightenment. Enlightenment comes on the heels of plenty. Because only when you are gluttonous to everything and you question everything are you ripe to know what you have never known.
So forget about the past and live today on the wisdom, the virtue of what you've gained. You don't have to feel guilty about your life anymore. I would love someone to stand up and say, God doesn't live outside of you. God is you.
While J.Z. Knight is among the more successful mediums, she is certainly not alone. A nearly identical doctrine is preached from a series of channelers who believe they are in communication with extraterrestrial spirits from other planets and galaxies. Next, we are introduced to a woman who channels a spirit, calling itself Leah.
Hello, Philip. How are you today?
Very good, Leah. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. So, what is it that you wanted to know?
Where are you from?
I'm from Venus.
I don't think anybody's going to believe that you or anybody else could be from Venus. Could you explain to us how you could be when everybody knows it's uninhabitable?
They think it's uninhabitable because it is not inhabitable by physical life forms. We have bodies of light.
While Leah rambles on with fantastical ideas, she soon compels the audience toward global unity, a message found throughout the New Age movement.
And what occurs here on this planet will affect the rest of the universe. Can you, with all of your different ideas, all of your different races, come together as one planet and one people? We have dedicated millennia upon millennia to this idea. The earlier experiments with Pan and Lemuria and Atlantis were not successful. But this one will be.
Now the interviewer asks the woman to exchange spirits and to channel another spirit that calls itself the Tibetan. Tibet is an often referred to hotspot for New Age empowerment. Hitler's Nazi occultists went to Tibet thinking to find their ancient Aryan ancestors. Listen carefully to the Tibetan's message as he refers to the great I Am, the name God reveals in the Bible to describe himself.
I am the Tibetan, and I have come during this time continuum to discuss with you the idea of the only question in the universe. And that question is, what is? And the answer is, I am. For all things that are created, that were created, that shall be created, fall under the question, what is? And you, each and every one of you, are that answer, and that answer is, I am. I am is also the name of the creator of this universe. That is all. I relinquish control to the entity, Leah.
As the entity Leah returns, she confirms the You Are God message and refers to the new race that will arise through the New Age movement. Most New Agers today do not realize that this new race is identical to the master race prophesied by Adolf Hitler, a race of so-called supermen who will be their own gods, having rejected the one true God of the Bible.
This new age is where there will be a race on this planet and throughout all galaxies. And the name of that race will be peace. It's been wonderful spending some time with you. As you take this little piece of information with you, know that you are never alone. You are all connected to the creative source of this universe. And nothing can stop that flow except your denial that you are God. We thank you. Good day.
This man channels a spirit calling itself Bashar, who seems to hold his audience spellbound as he tells them they are equal to the creator of the universe.
That you are all made in the image of the infinite creator, and what that means is you are all infinite creators. We thank you.
Jack Purcell has become one of the more popular channels, possessed by a spirit named Lazarus.
All right, fine. Well, indeed, a pleasure to be talking with you, and, well, shall we begin where you'd like to begin?
Lazarus tells the listener that God is already within man, and that if man wants to find God, he needs only to find himself.
Now, the problem here is people look out there, yes? They're looking all over the place as though God was somehow outside of them. It's within. Every spiritual reference, be it fundamental or be it avant-garde, speaks of that spirit within. And we would suggest here that it's there. And therefore your task in this physical lifetime really isn't to find God, because God's everywhere. God is all that is everything. It's all over the place. Your task in any physical incarnation is to find yourself.
Jane Roberts was a New Age pioneer who channeled a spirit known as Seth. Roberts sold more than 1 million copies of her books and inspired many. In this vocal recording, we hear her channel the spirit of Seth.
I've said this many times. I say it 1,000,000 times. Here in this class and in my books. You form your reality. Then what is the you that forms this spectacular reality that you know? When will you be willing to admit the greatness that is within each of you, and not cower, and not say in this realm of reality it is not possible, but encounter the greatness within yourselves.
Clearly the main message that Seth is trying to say is that people are gods in training.